Hello, everybody. Chris Wood here. Just came on for a few minutes to say hello and to say congratulations to Ontario Provincial Police after 5 years. Revenge retaliation on me, full physical identity theft, full physical identity changes with proof, injuring, torturing, mutilations, skull deforming, brain injuring, lung and kidney damages, medical blacklisting, lies, time buying, cover ups, arrest refusals, false arrest, extortions, stalking. My mother was murdered, stalked and murdered. My dogs were tortured and killed. I spoke o.p.p, human trafficking, sex slavery trafficking. As a result, August of 2019, before ex-o.p.p chief left, he drove a white Jeep Wrangler on the corner of Center and Bridge Street, had me shot. Not by a bullet, but by something that went into my right ear. I started having problems, and that's when my skull splitting, that's when the lies, the medical blacklisting, the treatment refusals, the discriminations, the name calling, because of bullshit lies against me. After I spoke o.p.p crimes, the lies going around against me, long criminal record in history, not true in any way, shape, or form. I never had a record until I was falsely charged through the hospital. And that was, I believe, was conspired through Aaron Brown, patient relations, because of me speaking of letting her know about what was taking place at the hospital and doctors' crimes. As a result, I was charged for it in an attempt to get away with what they have gotten away with. Wow, I'm having problems thinking. My whole fucking head is completely and totally numb. The right side of my head, the back of it, it feels like there's air being blown through it. And I am tasting and smelling piss and shit around me constantly and tasting it like what the fuck. I have tubes in me that go from my lung, to my up through my throat to the back of my neck. No surgeries. This has all happened to me since I was shot. I have what is called remote neuromonitoring use on me, which is a nano microchip implant that's been in existence and in use since the 60s, which enables invasive surveillance on a victim, and it is also for destruction of a person's central nervous system. This is how my mother was murdered. She was having the R&M used on her, and because of the radiation that it gives off and the EMFs from the magnetic field, it caused cancer in my mother, and it was done with intent by one guy known as Bill Woldridge. He lives at 149 Center Street North. He is approximately 70 years old. He has bald glasses. He used to live at 34 Water Street, but he thinks that he is me. He thinks that we were switched at birth. He thinks that he is my dad, and also believes that he was Harry Potter, but when he was stalking my mother, he was calling my mother Mom. Blair Frederick, he is his child sex slavery trafficker. He was stalking children at Tim Hortons daily for ex-o.p.p chief for his child sex slavery trafficking. He was caught May 2021 having oral sex with a teenager in his driveway. He is a heroin addict. He is a stalker, highly delusional. He is a mimicker, highly psychotic, and highly untouchable. There is one Blair Frederick Hardy who is a meth trafficker, allegedly has a meth lab in Tweed, Ontario. He is guilty of identity thefts and frauds, insurance frauds, drug trafficking, meth trafficking. He is guilty of rapes, welfare, disability, pensions, frauds. He's guilty of forgeries, and he's guilty of multiple homicides. Jason Gimpy Two-Step Van Alstyne. He is a crackhead, crack-fed, low-life piece of shit. He is guilty of my identity theft with proof. He's guilty of injuring and torturing with the intent to commit identity fraud and insurance fraud and disability fraud. He's guilty of possible murder in 2021 or being involved with it. He is the one selling laced fentanyl around Napanee to cause overdose homicides to be above suspicion. He is a drug trafficker for Robert Kane, o.p.p. 7224. There's Tyler Teabag Lake. He is a meth head. He is guilty of torturing and killing my dog Runt in March 2023. He is guilty of being involved with my identity theft, torture. He is a rat informant, guilty of attempted murder with intent to commit. One Bert the Hitman Hustler. He is guilty of attempted murder, being involved with torture crimes and attempted murder on me. Robert Berry. He is a sex slavery trafficker. He is a trucker and a possible serial killer. He is guilty of attempted murder on me. Ray LeBlow. He is a child groomer. He is a meth trafficker, guilty of stalking and guilty of attempted murder. Dale Hartwick. He is aiding o.p.p. for drop charges. He is a rat informant now. And he is a speedhead, guilty of attempted murder with intent to commit 4 drop charges for a stabbing he committed. Anthony Tony Hearns, guilty of being involved with my identity theft, torture crimes, and guilty of attempted murder with intent to commit. They are all the ones using remote neural monitoring on me. They are the ones that are causing my identity theft. They are the ones that are causing my tortures with 100% proof. I have been medically blacklisted, file falsifications, human sex trade, slavery traffickers, human traffickers, and guilty of homicides and attempted homicides. Lennox and Addington, Ontario Provincial Police, once again, they are very seriously dangerous and corrupt. Ex-o.p.p. chief, once again, year 2019, drove a white Jeep Wrangler. Staff sergeants, years 2019, 2021. Kidnapping, sodomy, sex assaults. Shannon Cork. Robert Lucas, ex-o.p.p. cop. He once told me he could fuck me, kill me, and get away with it. Money Badge Family Town Council. Dave Weiss, Stacy, a mental health worker, was Napanee Daily Tea Company, now Kingston AMHS. Shelley Huffner had me kidnapped May 27, 2021 under false pretenses in an attempt to get me kept through incompetency bullshit done through a Judge Chappelle in Kingston. 24 hours after me asking for help with what has taken place with me. Spencer Mills 14716 and Robert Kane 7224. The Justice of the Peace, accusations, intimidations, threats, obstructions. Doctors, file falsifications, discriminations, treatment refusals with criminal negligence and intent while having me falsely charged twice to prevent anything legal on them or anyone else in an attempt to fuck me over to prevent me medical help. File falsifier, falsifier, medical blacklister, girlfriend to Stacy, the one that's at AMHS now, Dr. Tatiana V, aka Margie V. She is also the one that gave my original CAT scans to one Stacy, her girlfriend, in return gave them to Spencer Mills from November of 2019, and I was given false ones. There's Dr. Hadley, Dr. Barton, Dr. Pritchard, Dr. McGregor. There is ex-CEO Cubby Duck and also patient relations Aaron Brown. They are all guilty of being involved with criminal negligence and intent co-committing and covering up. For 5 years, medical rights, legal rights, human rights have been taken, all because I spoke police crimes. As it goes right now, I have absolutely no fucking feeling in the right side of my head. I have no feeling in the right side of my body. Ones that are using R&M on me as I'm doing this, and you can tell I am getting red hair now on one side. It is one Dale Hartwick and it is one Tony Anthony fucking Hearns who are using this shit on me right now. And because of it, they are guilty of attempted murder, along with Jason Van Alstyne, who has been seriously using it on me, along with Tyler Teabag Lake. They are all o.p.p. drug-fed, drug traffickers, speedheads, meth heads, crackheads, fentanyl heads, the drug dealers, the drug lacers. They are all sex offenders, sex slavery traffickers, human traffickers, and they are all guilty of homicides and attempted homicides with intent. When people are going murdered and missing, it is being done through the police, corrupt police, doctors, and others who are involved in these crimes, committing full physical identity theft while being kept from help, possibly sex slave trafficked, fully brain injured, or murdered, and it is being covered up. And that's exactly what has taken place in Napanee, Ontario. I have no feeling in the right side of my fucking body as I'm doing this, and luckily I can't get medical help. Luckily I cannot get legal help. Luckily I cannot get human rights help. I've been trying my I've been trying everything for 5 years to do this while being labeled a suicidal self-harmer, which is certainly not true in any way, shape, or form. Lies cast against me that were believed because who it came from, and because I had my long hair and I have tattoos. So it was automatically believed. The same with the long criminal record in history. The same lies told about me about long psychological record in history, which I certainly do not have. I've never been in any hospitals. I've never been in any. That's all bullshit lies. Lies about drugs I do not do. I am against them, and everybody knows I'm against them. I don't do pills. I smoke pot. I fully admit that, which is 100% legal, but I do not touch anything synthetic. I haven't done any drugs since 2012. I've had a slip up in 2018. That was the first and last time. I do not do that shit, and I want nothing to do with it. I've lost too many friends and family from the garbage. I don't even drink alcohol. So that is a fucking lie against me. But because who it's coming from and who it was told to, it was believed. Because poor, elderly, homeless, disabled, whatever, once these lies are cast against you, you're fucked, and I can 100% prove it. Being surrounded hands on guns by o.p.p. to prevent arrest on anything or anyone, stalking. My mother being murdered by these pieces of shit for revenge, retaliation. My dogs being tortured and killed by Jason Van Alstyne and Ray LeBlanc. Me going through full physical fucking identity theft and changes, mutilations with proof, while being called a delusional, hallucinating retard by doctors. Time is bought, damage is done, and I now share DNA, and it can be 100% proven with one Jason Gimpy, two-step Van Alstyne, with one Tyler Teabag Lake, with one Blair Hardy, with the one known as Bill Woldridge of 149 Center Street North, with Robert Berry, with Bert Hustler, with Ray LeBlanc, with Dale Hartwick, and with Tony Hearns. And it can be 100% proven, regardless of how crazy it may seem. And also because the R&M, and they are all sex offenders and sex slave traffickers and pedophiles, With the R&M, it enables invasive surveillance, so they could be using it on you, they could be using it on your children, and they could be watching your kids, they could be watching you naked, they could be watching you have sex, they could be watching you sleep, they could be watching you piss, shit, shave, shower, whatever the case may be. And once again, yes, I realize it sounds crazy, but it can be 100% proven. It enables invasive surveillance. These bastards watch me piss, they watch me shit, they watch me doing this, they watch me sleep. I especially get injured in my sleep when I'm trying to, which I barely get anymore because these fuckers are using the R&M on me and they're high on their fucking junk drugs. And it also keeps me awake too. They're doing the most injuring to me in the nighttime. So, this is what happens in Napanee when you try to speak up and save lives and let people know about dangerous cops. You get injured, you get tortured, you get mutilated, you get deformed, you get lied about, you get medically blacklisted, you get falsely arrested, and all in an attempt to buy time and cover everything up to assure crimes that are happening. Well, this has happened. It's been assured. Damage is done. Time is bought. Nobody can be arrested. So beware Napanee, because they are above the law, because who they are and what their crimes are and who they work with and for. I no longer have feeling in my brain in any way, shape, or form from it being fucking injured. I have not had it in probably a year and a half, 2 years. I get total hypoxia every day from them using R&M on me. And this is how I am going through my identity theft. This is how I'm going through my identity changes. I have pictures, no surgeries either. I have pictures of my skull, which looks like it's been completely burned out. My skull's been split and completely separated, and I have proven it. I have videos of it. My neck elongated and then shortened back to normal. Tubes coming from my throat or from my chest. I have lumps in my chest now, but I have tubes coming from my chest to my throat, which bulge out all the time, and I have pictures to show it and prove it. It goes from my neck up to the back of my head, up to my neck, to the back of my head, and into my head, to the spot on my head, which I have had since I was shot, and it is not healed up in 5 fucking years. I get constant burning. I get what feels like air going through me. I get what tastes like piss and shit all the time, which is disgusting. When I eat now, my food goes to the right side of my body. It does not go to my stomach. I am being totally fucking decayed in every way, shape, or form, and there's fuck all I can do about it. So let this be a warning to everybody. 100% identity changes done to me with 100% proof in my skull. See, when I'm getting R&M used on me, they're doing it two at a time, one on each side, and that's why my fucking skull was split. So I am getting it on my right and left, and this is why I'm getting hypoxia on constantly from this shit. Pontius Pilate, torture, mutilation, murder crimes taking place. And once again, the ones named Dale Hartwick, Tony Hearns, Ray LeBlanc, Robert Barry, his boyfriend Robert, Tyler Teabag Lake, Jason Van Alstyne, one known as Bill Wooldridge, has many aliases, though. At 149 Center Street North, he goes by Bill Wooldridge, Bill Cooldridge, Bill Delarosable, Stephen Mabin, James Bubbles, Robert Cross, and thinks he's Harry Potter as well, along with being my dad and me as well. Blair Frederick Hardy, Bert the Hitman Hustler, are all guilty of murders and attempted murders in Napanee. When people are dying of drug overdoses, it's being labeled as other to get away with through these pieces of shit as well. I have stuff coming up in my chest all the time. My head is being fucking burned out from the inside. My face being completely, totally numbed and deformed on a daily basis. It feels like my fucking head has been separated from my body. And I say that without any kind of mental illness bullshit. So that's not gonna fly. I have none. I don't hear voices. I have no delusions. Sorry. I don't think I am somebody I'm not. I have no imaginary friends. I do not hear voices unless I am physically talking to somebody or possibly watching TV or maybe when I'm outside or listening to a radio and stuff like that. But other than that, no, I do not hear fucking voices. So that's bullshit. No schizo here. No multiple personalities. Sorry, I'm one person. So that bullshit lie is not gonna that bullshit lie is not gonna fly. I certainly don't have any delusions. I've proven everything that's been taking place with me. Video, pictures, and others. So I have proven and can still prove. So there's no fucking delusions. This is not about any kind of mental illness bullshit in any way, shape, or form. This is criminal on me, and this is how it's being gotten away with by these pieces of fucking garbage. Oh, here. The whole right side is completely and totally screwed. Yeah, I'm getting red hair now, and I've never had red hair in my life. This whole fucking part of my head is fucking completely and totally numb. As you can tell, it looks like it's pushed out. And like I said, that's because I have broadcasting on both sides of my fucking head. As a matter of fact, when Tony Hearns is using this shit on me, I go blind in my fucking right eye because he is cockeyed. And so when it affects me as well. Alrighty, I'm gonna wrap this up. I hope everybody's safe. I hope everybody hears this. Oh, hey. Shit. I didn't even see you there. But I'm gonna jump off here. And I just wanted to come on and say hello and let everybody know what was going on, and to show the changes that have actually been fucking happening to me. Be safe, everybody. Love all, hate none. This is finished with me.